A member of the other side of the aisle on this very committee called you a traitor and said, I quote, "In a better society, quislings," referring to the leader of Norway during World War II who collaborated with the Nazis, "like the strange," I won't use the words used by our colleague, "General Milley would be hung," unquote. General Milley, what's your reaction to those statements about you, especially given you and your family's long service, distinguished service to the United States of America, as we're discussing patriotism and protecting troops? I wonder how you respond to the kind of slander I've just read attributed to two prominent political figures.
Obviously, I don't agree with the comments, but it's a free country and people can say what they want. But with all due respect, Congressman, I'm here for the families of Abby Gate. I'm here for the families of those that served in Afghanistan. And I'll leave those comments, as much as I don't care for those comments, I don't agree with them. They have a right to say them, but I'd like to stay focused on these families if with respect.
I think that's very much in keeping with the honorable tradition you've set in your own career and your own good name.
Chair recognizes Mr. Connolly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome to both of our witnesses. General Milley, I just, as an American, I want to thank you for your service and for how you've conducted yourself in that service. America owes you a debt. You come from my hometown of Boston, just outside Boston, if I understand it correctly. Your father fought in World War II in the 4th Marine Division in the Pacific, is that correct? And your mother was a nurse who served in the U.S. Naval Reserve during that same war, is that correct?
She worked at a hospital out in Seattle, took care of the wounded, that's correct.
And you had an uncle who served in the Korean War.
I had two uncles that were also in World War II, one in the Philippines and one was landing at Normandy when my dad was at Saipan, and another uncle that was in the Korean War.
So it'd be fair to say your family really answered a call to serve its country, including bearing arms to protect this country and to deter its adversaries and enemies. Is that correct?
That's correct. And two uncles in World War I and cousins in Vietnam.
Ah, even going further.
That's right.
And then you yourself deployed in Somalia, Panama, Haiti, and multiple times as brigade commander to Iraq and Afghanistan. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You're proud of that service?
44 years, proud.
Are you proud of that service?
Absolutely, 100%.
And then a retired Colonel Ross Davidson, who served under you in Baghdad, recounted one incident where you ran across a booby-trapped bridge at night in order to prevent a pair of U.S. tanks from blowing up and thus save lives. Is that incident accurate?
It's correct.
General Milley, on a Truth Social post on September 22nd of last year, Donald J. Trump said, talking about you, quote, "This guy turned out to be a woke train wreck who, if the fake news reporting is correct, was actually dealing with China to give them a heads up on the thinking of the President of the United States. This is an act so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death," unquote. As a member of this body, I want to let you know, I find those comments inconsistent with the honor we're trying to bestow on those who lost loved ones, who have served and served nobly their country. You deserve that honor and respect too. And those kinds of comments are dangerous and unbefitting anybody, from my point of view, who serves or seeks to serve public office. And as a member of this committee, I want you to know I renounce them, and I have a very different view of your service. Thank you for serving the American people. I yield back.